Hello, and welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for Taurus. I'm Jamie Kale Miller.
And I'm Julia Mijas. And hello there, Taurus. I'm going to start off by talking about your career this month. So, Uranus rules your 10th house of career, and it's continuing through your first house of self. You're going through your own personal revolution right now with Uranus in your first house, and it's affecting your job. Maybe you want to bring some new innovation to work. Maybe you're trying to be more authentic to yourself in what you do. Now, Mars is going to conjoin this Uranus on July 15th, so the sparks are going to fly. Let's just put it that way. You might be a lot more impulsive when it comes to career and dealing with people in career too. Now, Pluto continues in your 10th house. This is a big, big transit that's going to take many years, but you're definitely feeling it now. Pluto is looking to transform your career over the next couple of decades. So if your heart isn't in what you're doing, you might find that you want to change things up a lot at your job, or the changes might even just be happening to you until you find your own purpose in it. Now, the sun opposes Pluto on July 22nd. We have a lot more planets in your fourth house of home than your 10th house of career. So home and personal matters and family stuff might be drawing your attention this month, a lot more than career. Saturn, the work planet, will go retrograde in your 11th house from now until mid-November. This is going to be a time where you might run into some frustrations, some blocks, some heavy responsibilities in terms of maybe groups that you're a part of that have to do with career, whether that's your team at your job, even your friends. And your long-term sort of hopes, wishes, and dreams are going to be tested now, especially to how they relate to career. And Jamie, I know you've got some stuff to tell the Tauruses of the world.
Yeah, let me start with finance. So you might know, Taurus, that Ceres is a ruler for you, a ruling planet for you, and she has gone retrograde. And so everybody in the world is thrown on a financial retrospection journey. And this tends to feel pretty intense to you specifically because you are Taurus. And early in the month, Ceres is coming to a milestone in her retrograde journey, which we call Financial Crisis Day. Now, don't freak out. It's not like there has to be a crisis. It's a day while Ceres is retrograde and the sun comes into opposition with Ceres. And so it's kind of like shining a big old spotlight on a knotty problem that has been bugging you and getting all tangled up in your finances. And on July 5th, there is some illumination on this problem that can enable you to get the insights necessary to solve it. So by crisis, maybe could be meant, something like a peak in its intensity. So on that same day, there's a new moon in Cancer happening opposite Ceres retrograde. And the great news behind all of this is that Ceres is traveling through your ninth house, which is her favorite house to be in. So that there is going to be growth coming out of this for you financially in the long run. There's just going to be some tangles and some messes and some, steps backward along the way. So that new moon in Cancer could bring in a lot of emotion to these themes as well there on July 5th. Now, Jupiter is traveling through your second house, having recently entered Gemini, and is moving along at a really good clip. And so this is definitely a year in which you can expect financial growth, and that's pretty awesome. So that's part of the background also. Now, Mercury is the ruler of your second house sign being Gemini. And that really means that you like to think about your money a lot. Maybe you worry about it too much. Maybe you plan for it a lot. And Mercury is traveling along through the fourth house this month, July 2nd to 25th, which means that a lot of your thinking is going to be about domestic matters. So you'll be thinking about, how do I spend my money in my household budget, and how does it add to my security in my home over time? That's going to be a really big preoccupation, and you might come up with some pretty solid plans this month between July 2 and 25th. Then Mercury is going to move on into the fifth house, and then you might want to be thinking about, how you can be saving for your next vacation. So in the realm of relationships, Venus is traveling along through your third house until July 11th, and this is a great social place for Venus to be. If you are single, it's going to bring you into light, fun, frothy conversations with more people, increasing your chances of meeting somebody that you might want to date. Um, Later in the month, Venus moves on into the fourth house, which is a very domestic house. And at that point, you might find that you'd rather stay home than go out, beating the bushes and looking for a partner. If you are in a partnership already, then while Venus is in the third house, you can have a lot of great communications with your partner. Feel that communication is going better and that you can improve the communications with your partner. And when Venus moves into the fourth house, you'll find that things become quite cozy in your domestic life together. Juno, I've been mentioning before, is traveling along direct and fast now, has completely recovered from her relationship retrospection from earlier in the year. And during the second half of the month, she comes into a lovely trine with Uranus. So if you are partnered or wish to be, go out and place yourself in community contexts among people of like mind, where you can meet somebody who is also of like mind that you could form a partnership with. Find our site at pandoraastrology.com to get a reading with one of us, and find us on Patreon for workshops and classes. And we'll see you around the cosmos.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.